What's up, y'all? This Ant Glizzy and this Bobson TV. And this DC versus New York. The DMV versus New York. My bad. The DMV versus New York. The difference between the DMV and New York. First, we're going to talk about, like, the living arrangements. A New York apartment is so small and it costs so much money. It's so high to live in New York, I don't even know how they live in New York. I don't know about the projects. I just be saying, like, people be paying $3,000 rent for a college dorm room. I'm like, golly, they living, and they be happy about it, though. Like, they don't even be complaining. People down here be paying $200 rent, be complaining. Like, come on, bro, stop. What are y'all doing? New York got rats, like rats outrageously. And they gun laws in New York. You get caught with a gun, man, you going to Rikers Island. You don't want to go to Rikers. I don't care what jail you been to. You don't want to go to Rikers Island. DMV, you might go to one of these cool jails, or you might go to DC jails. Ain't none of these jails can link up again. But you put all these jails together, they can't equal Rikers Island. So New York got that one. But New York swag, New York be fly though. New York got some fly niggas. They into fashion. I feel like New York more into fashion than the DMV. So I get a fashion in New York. But as far as like the violence and we gonna get it to the DMV. The DMV, New York, like New York get unchy. Don't get me wrong, it's possible to get unchy in New York, but it goes down in DC. Like all it is killing right now. And I ain't even bragging on it. I don't even be there. I ain't bragging. I'm just staying away from it. So for you to be from the DMV and for you to be from New York, it's two totally different vibes. It's two different cultures. It's two different everything. Like they grew up different, breed different, talk different. A New York person is, I like New York people, but man, they be hustling. They are hustlers. I'm telling you, a New York person, you are thinking he green. Like to us, a New York person is green, but to us, we don't understand them. A New York person see us, we thinking they green whole time. They on what they on. A New York person is a finesser. A New York person will finesse the dog out you. Like, with they talk game on 1,000. The girls even talk like that. They be aggressive. Yo, son, word the mother, son. God, B, he just had me mad tight, yo. I'm like, whoa, you know the vibes. I'm like, dang, for real? They be serious. And one thing, New York love they boots, they butters. They love they butters, man. New York got some good food. They got great food. Great food. New York, I just started seeing they gangster side of New York on the drill rapping tip. It is crazy. They getting crazy with the drill rap. The youngest are going bonkers. Like they been doing some. They been getting down. They been getting unchy. But I don't know the rules. That city just so big. It's so many police there. Like it's just so many police in New York. It's a police every 5 seconds you look. And New York is just a million DMVs to me, so I don't even know how to compare it. Like, you can't even really compare it. But the living in New York, being from there, it's a whole different culture. You might see celebrities just walking down the street in New York. You ain't really gonna see no celebrities walk down the street in the DMV and Glizzy. That's it. You don't see me walking down the street. You might see a couple other, we Z-list celebrities. We like at the bottom of the totem pole. We just made the celebrity by like popular people have celebrity. If that makes sense. But 6ix9ine made me look at New York Wild. Alpo made me look at New York Wild. But I know we got Rayful Edmonds, but it's like New York was, 6ix9ine was curry in New York so much, I ain't really know New York identity. New York rappers get RICO charges. Like they give out so many RICOs in New York, it's crazy. I ain't seen a DMV rapper get a RICO charge. The DMV rappers went to jail, they get locked up because it's so small here. They think it's a lot of stuff going on, but the whole time it's a select few. You get a group of people, you might stop all the crime here. It's like no group of people in New York, they just doing what they doing. I don't even know the New York gangster vibes though. Like I don't really know what goes on. I just got hip to it with the drill music and the young guys going to jail and the K-Flocks and the D-Things and them. I be watching it on YouTube. I don't really know. I thought New York, when I go to New York, I don't be in the ghetto. I be like downtown, like walking through the good parts where the people be at. But I feel like they pet your pockets down there. They been a record scam artists down there. New York got some con artists, bro. Don't trust no New York people. They are shiesty. DC, DMV, rules be a little bit different. Like the rules just different here. our police be all in the business. It's a small town. One person do something, everybody know you did it. New York so big, I know people that probably live on the same block don't even know each other. Like, that junk big as a mud. Like, New York, I don't even know how the police... New York so big and the building so big, I don't know how the police patrol it. Like, how do you patrol it? I never seen the inside of a New York police station. I don't want to see it. But when you go to jail in New York and you get processed, like, what's the process of the paperwork? Like, how do you go to court? There probably be 1,000 people on the load that get knocked up in New York. Like, I don't know how that go. Do New York got bond? I think New York got bond. You make them bond out. DC ain't got no bond. Maryland got bond. Virginia got bond. DC is not letting you bond out. You got to fight that from court. If you don't get out the first day, you got to fight it from jail, I mean. I don't know. DMV girls, New York got some bad bitches. Don't get that wrong. They got some. But the DMV might be number one on the, like, I ain't gonna say number one, Miami. They got different countries, Brazil, I'm well. I ain't never been away, y'all. That's why I'm saying that. I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments. Do New York or the DMV got the baddest ones? I don't know. But clubs, New York got some good clubs. I think the DMV club scene is just a different level. Like, the culture of the DMV nightlife is just different. If you got chopped into these clubs in DC, one thing about the DMV clubs be lit. That's all they got here left. That's all left. It's Rosebud, Abigail, and St. E's. After that league, in the park on 14th Street, after that league, this junk gonna be Baltimore. This junk gonna be an ancient city. I don't know what's going on here. I might move to New York if it wasn't so high. New York high as a mug. I can't afford to move to New York. I don't even know how y'all live there. Like, that place is ridiculous. And it's like, y'all ain't getting no good spot. New York ain't got like no, I ain't seen nothing hitting in New York like no super duper. I'm trying to be like old fashioned Mr. Tipton. That don't like the Tipton Hotel. Mr. Mosby living that mother. They got all the sports cars out there. DMV, you might see a Lamborghini over here and there. In New York, you can see a Lamborghini on the regular. New York guys get way more money than DMV guys. Yes, they do. New York guys get money. They get money on another level. And they scamming on another level. DMV, we just is what it is. We branched off something that we seen somewhere. We gotta get our own identity. Once we get our own identity, we'll be lit. But like, if New York was the same size as DMV and we had to go to war or something, we'll win. We get Auntie here. We don't even need the M and the V. We just take the D. The D from DC, I'm telling you, man. If we had enough people, DC had the same amount of people as New York, it'll get Auntie. You know I'm on demon time. They want to play, I ain't leaving mine. Crack, 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 crack. Hey, yo, Pierre, you want to come out and play? Matter of fact, I'm going to go to New York and spend a weekend there. I'm going to go spend a weekend in New York, man. Tell me how y'all feel. I feel like New York, but as far as like living and if you want to be somewhere and more things to do, New York is better than the DMV. Ain't nothing in the DMV here but Aunt Glizzy. I swear, Aunt Glizzy, KP, Skywalker, and we waiting on President Donald Trump to come back, turn us up. EDD, PPP. That's about it. You hear me? Shout out to Murder Mook. Shout out to my New York man. You hear me? Was that like a gang sign? Shout out to Cardi B.